Paramount is definitely interested in making a bid for Warner Brothers Discovery. And what's interesting, I mean, you pointed out the timing, that's definitely a very, very critical aspect here. The second thing that's very interesting about this offer is that it's going to be for the entire company. Now, the reason I bring that up is because Warner Brothers Discovery was actually planning to split off its different assets. So, the company owns TV networks like a CNN, a TBS, a TNT. They also own one of, the biggest Hollywood movie and TV studios. And of course, they have their, iconic HBO Max streaming platform. So there's a whole, portfolio of different assets there. And they were planning to separate out the TV assets, which have been challenged for the past few years by cord cutting, and separate that out from the studio and the streaming part of the business. And so really what we were kind of thinking was that there would be a lot of M&A interest, a lot of appetite for the studio and streaming portion of the business, just given that, those are kind of the crown jewels of the business, if you will. But having Paramount kind of come in for the entire company is obviously a little bit of a surprise. There's no deal or dollar value yet, though, Alexis.
And you are saying, Geetha, that this would, if it were to happen, would be a cash offer, like an all-cash offer?
That is what has been reported. It would be a majority cash offering for all of Warner Brothers Discovery.
So I'm wondering if Paramount Skydance is interested in all of Warner Brothers Discovery, what might regulators have to say about that?
Yeah, normally it would have been a problem, I think. You do have two of the biggest studios kind of combining. It will become a top studio with about a 25% box office share. Not that such deals haven't gone through, the regulatory process before. So if you just remember a few years ago, Disney bought the Fox studio. That gave them about a 26% share of the box office. So it has been done. But I think what gives us more confidence in the whole regulatory process here is that David Ellison and the family, the whole Skydance team, just went through this whole approval process for the Paramount merger with the Trump administration just about a month ago. So they obviously know their way around this around the system. They know how to navigate all of the different challenges that come with a deal of this size. So I think that gives us plenty of confidence. And the other thing that I would mention is that there is no broadcast. There's no combination of broadcast assets. So combining two broadcast networks like a CBS or an NBC, that would be problematic. In this case, there is no broadcast asset from Warner Brothers Discovery.
Good point, Geetha. So I'm just wondering about the synergies here, bouncing off of that. And, would there be a fair amount of overlap in the sense that we may see a bunch of layoffs if and when this deal happens?
Oh, that is absolutely bound to happen. So we're actually already seeing that at both companies separately. So remember, Warner Brothers Discovery is actually a combination of Warner Brothers and Discovery, and they had mentioned or they had announced a lot of synergies and a lot of cost savings at the time that they merged those two companies. We're going to see the same thing with Paramount and Skydance. And now when you kind of see this mega merger, there absolutely is going to be a ton of layoffs, just kind of given the duplicative systems in place here. You're talking about a studio business. Again, a lot of positions there can be eliminated. The streaming platforms, the TV networks, you're going to have multiple teams kind of performing the same functions. So yes, we do project something like about $4 or $5 billion in potential cost savings. A lot of those, of course, would be, with the elimination of jobs. So the Hollywood unions definitely would not be happy here.